you sparred for Manny when you guys fought. What do you make of that matchup, Manny at 42 fighting Errol?
I wish them nothing but the best, both guys.
But what do you make of the fight? You've been in there with Errol. You've been in there with Manny.
I just wish them both of the guys nothing but the best. Of course, I'm behind Errol Spence 100%. I'm behind my people first always. So of course I want to see Errol Spence win. And actually, I'm gonna call him and give him some pointers.
What would you tell him?
I ain't gonna tell you. I'm not gonna reveal that to you. Then I'll be telling my strategy.
We've seen Oscar and Canelo go back at it, back and forth.
Those were the words of Floyd Money Mayweather as he wishes Errol Spence, well, actually, he wishes them both the best, but he is for Errol Spence because, like he said, it's for his people first. He's going to support Black American fighters first. Therefore, that's who he's going for. And in fact, with a twist, he's going to give Errol Spence pointers. So, let me counterpunch. Floyd Mayweather giving Errol Spence pointers for Manny Pacquiao seems a little deliberate to me. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys can turn back the hands of time from, I believe it was late 2018, where Floyd and Manny broke the internet once again in Tokyo, talking about a part 2. And then how that changed from that moment to that breaking news, breaking viral news, to Manny fighting who? Adrian Broner, then turn around and fighting Keith Thurman. And since that fight, since the Thurman fight, we haven't seen Manny Pacquiao in a while, but we do know he is fighting Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is one of the top welterweights, if not the top welterweight, but he's one of the top welterweights in the division. He's the unified champion. He's big, he's strong, he's tough, he's durable, and he's skilled. Undefeated, unified welterweight champion. So my thing is, why would Floyd go out of his way to give Errol Spence pointers? You think about it. I can understand if this was Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis, but this is Errol Spence. Errol Spence is already he's already in his prime, and I don't think he wants, or should I say needs, Floyd Mayweather. But see, Floyd, I think, is trying to give him pointers just to see the demise of Manny Pacquiao, his rival. Because see, understand something, people. If Manny beat Errol, Floyd knows that will bring the attention right back on to Mayweather in comparison. See, they see Manny wipe up Errol Spence. If he upsets Spence, becomes the unified welterweight champion of the world by beating Spence, people are going to automatically look and pan back at Floyd Mayweather. And then while Floyd's doing mediocre, high-end exhibition bullshit, Manny Pacquiao, his rival, is beating the top fighters in the same division where they fought in the first place. So I think it's in Mayweather's best interest to stop that from actually happening. But I'll leave you guys with this. It has to be some sort of concern in Mayweather's mind that there's a slight chance that Manny might be in a good enough shape to still take on this young, strong, bigger guy. Why do you think? Oh, I'm going to give him some pointers. Well, look, I don't think an undefeated unified champion needs pointers unless you were worried about something. And what he's worried about is exactly what we just talked about. He's worried about the legacy standards. He's worried about Manny being looked at as a better fighter than him. And why do I say that, people? You ask, well, why do you think that? Because Mayweather beat Manny. Let me tell you guys something. Before Manny fought Mayweather, or for Mayweather before they fought, Pacquiao did things and was appreciated, praised for things that Floyd already had done. And in some things, he would never get the recognition for. Floyd was pissed off that Manny Pacquiao achieve the fighter of the decade. That's a big order. That means you've been fighting 10 years, so you had to have a pretty lengthy career as it is, so you have to be seasoned off the top to get that honor. Roy Jones Jr., bigger brother to Mayweather, getting that honor in the 90s, Manny Pacquiao getting it into the early 2000s, and I haven't seen who got what after that, right? Because this is another decade on top of another decade. Excuse me. So we don't really know the comparison or the frustration and the way Mayweather really feels about Manny. He's already came back and said, hey, he's the best fighter ever fought. So maybe there's some doubt that his boy, Errol Spence, maybe can't survive or take that order. And he thinks and he feels that, hey, I should help him because I think Manny, even though he's not 42 years old, can still thump. And if he can still thump, he can still compete with these guys and he can beat these guys. People are going to look at him like that. However, here's the other counterpunch to that, people. If Mayweather helps Errol Spence, he will get that behind the scenes credit for it. Me and Errol, we worked on certain things, and I know Manny Pacquiao. I know him real good. So I've been in there with him, and I know I teach Errol Spence to cut off the ring to keep him from using those legs as much, and it paid off. See? So, yeah, it's a win-win for him. He either hates to love Manny or loves the idea that Errol Spence will beat Manny. Either way, he will have it his way with his attempt. You guys tell me what you think about Mayweather saying that Errol Spence, he hopes Errol Spence knocks and beats Manny Pacquiao. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.